fellow heathens, it's Liz, and I'm here today to talk about sigil oracles and how you can use them. I have 3 of them in my collection, and this one being my newest acquisition, Oracle Wisdom from Your Space. My absolute favorite, as I showed you in my last video, is the Spread Machine Cards and Oracle deck. It isn't really sigil based, but it has those types of keywords that are expansive, and it really is applicable to your everyday life, which is what draws me to these types of oracles in the first place. So we're going to get into these, and I'm going to show you the Soul's Journey first, because this was my first one, and I still actually really love this deck. It has lots of light and shadow, and you know, I thought perhaps I could use these to meditate with, but I have to admit I haven't really been using it that way. And you definitely could, and I highly recommend that, because it's a really great way to kind of internalize the meaning of the card for you for that day, even if it's just 5 minutes. You know, just gazing gently at the center of the mandala is a really great way to kind of let your intuition come through. But I think it reads so well, and it's not a super popular deck. I don't know why it's not, you know, talked about more often. And here are the backs, by the way. I love these backs. I love bold backs with like big things going on. But you know, and it goes with so many different types of decks because of the coloration. So I really love this one specifically. The keywords are perfect, in my opinion, as far as just getting at the heart of an issue, both light and shadow. Of course, my spread machine has nuances of words, and I love that too. So that's the one that I gravitate to the most. This one has shiny cardstock. Not a fan of that particularly. So let's go ahead and put that one aside, and we'll look at the Healing Mantra deck. And this one I highlighted in my chakra, like which tarot and oracle decks go best with which chakra video. And this one was for the throat chakra, because it offers you a mantra. So on the one side, you have, you know, your sigil, your symbol, and what it pertains to. And then on the other side, you have your mantra. I allow myself to see beyond my beliefs and ideas. And I really like that, because then you can really use that as an affirmation. So the ones that you like, this one, I wouldn't particularly think about using it in meditation, but untangling neglect. Some of these in this deck, I feel, are repetitive energies. And some of them I don't quite get, like dispelling sadness. I will feel better once I get the rest I need. Like, I don't know that rest would be the thing that would make me think of dispelling sadness. You know, I know that rest can be helpful regarding multiple types of emotions, but why is it that this creator decided to use rest in relation to sadness specifically? I don't know. I didn't particularly like that reference. So some of them are really abstract. Rewiring the nervous system. I find strength in surviving my traumas. So I think about, okay, so rewiring the nervous system, and then looking at your traumas. Like, what is a trauma that may be bothering me today, or may be activating some kind of trigger? How do I rewrite it? Like, how do I actually do it? You know, and that's where I think the mantras would really help. But I'm not going to say this to myself all day long. I find strength in surviving my traumas. Maybe if it said something like, I am more powerful and more loved than I know, or something like that, you know, so that would help me change and rewire my nervous system away from the trauma. I like the concept, I think. And I like the idea of targeting a specific emotion and then having an affirmation that helps you through it. Does that make sense? Maybe I just need to make one myself. I don't know. So that one is the Healing Mantra deck. And then this newest one is Oracle Wisdom from Your Space. And it talks about, this must be from the lovely organza bag that it comes with. It talks about different parts of your home. So here they call it a bagua layout of your home. So here would be like the front entrance, and then here's like the left side of your home, here's the right side, here's the back side. And then it gives you like different types of homes and how you would use the layout for it. I'm not sure how to use that. Like, am I supposed to like go to this part of my home and then do the work for knowledge and self-improvement? Because this would be my kitchen, and I don't know if I would feel like that would be the place to, is it telling me I'm a terrible cook? You know, like to self-improve myself or improve myself, I need to target my cooking, which, you know, could be the case, but I'm not sure I'm on board with the parts of the home. Like, I get feng shui and the energy that can be done with that, but I'm not sure how to use parts of the home to target different problems that you might have. So I really liked this one, and I'll show you the cards because they're not in order. Because I really liked the depiction of the word, the key word. So courage, like here you are in the current state that you are in, when you would need courage to achieve this new revelation of yourself. And here are the backs. So those are really pretty. So simplify. So you have these like different parts of yourself, you know, like work, play, family, all that sort of thing, hobbies, and then where they join, where they meet. How do you simplify all these different parts of yourself that you're trying to target every single day and to get to the center? What is the most important thing? And I really like that clarity. So you have your lemniscate, and you have that infinity, you have that inhalation and that exhalation, and where they meet is where the clarity can be found. Imagination, so it just like bursts out. So I really like the depictions here, and I like the sigils. Although I don't feel that this deck has enough shadow for me. Like birth, wow, like the Vesica Pisces. And I think that's depicted in another card here as well. And so there are definite, like you would go to this deck for, you know, your positive messages and some things that you need. There may be, I think there's like a resistance card. So this could possibly be a shadow. Unfolding. So it's like you start here and then you move through the cycles of evolution, and then you come to your true self. Center yourself. These are just so beautiful. Here's another Vesica Pisces. Stillness. So let's take a look at these in action and see how they work. So let's start with the soul's journey, and we're going to target the energy that needs to be looked at today. And then we're going to take the Oracle Wisdom from Your Space deck and look at how we can improve the original energy. And then we'll draw a card from the Healing Mantra deck to see if there's an affirmation that we can take with us for the day. Loneliness. I know that I am never alone. So then you have all of these individuals here, all connected. So even though you may feel like you're alone, you're all connected through your root system. There's always something connecting you to another person. So we'll take our Oracle Wisdom from your space and we'll see what we can do to help alleviate that loneliness. Nurture. So right away I'm feeling that nurturing your relationships, nurturing your friendships, noticing that connection. And you can see, like, even the symbol here is very similar, right? You have like your center point and then you have these interconnected points right here, which is really cool. So then what can we take with us today as we look at our healing mantra deck that can help us feel like we're nurtured? Oops. I'm going to set those aside, the jumpers. Honoring adversity. So the mantra for that is, fire reveals a path of renewed direction once the burning is complete. Okay, so it could be something regarding feeling that a bridge has been burned, or, you know, with 2020, we've kind of been shut out from each other for so long, and now with the holidays coming up, we have to question, you know, we're coming up against the possibility that we still may not be able to be together as a community. So nurturing the relationships, the adversity is there. You know what that is. It's the separation. And nurturing the relationships in ways that seem safe and practical. Could be Zoom relationships, just giving a call on the phone, so that you feel like there are other people who are going through it as well, and that we're not just going through it alone. Now, the jumpers that we had were unraveling codependency and releasing expectations. So for me, 2020 into 2021, my expectations was that this would be over by now. So that kind of bothers me a lot, that we're still wearing masks and we're still doing all of this stuff in prevention of COVID. So my expectations need to be tempered. And unraveling codependency. So when you're feeling, let's see what it says, only I have to feel good about my choices. So when we're expecting other people to give us approval, then, and we don't get it, we can feel lonely as well. So that's how you can use these types of oracles together. However, what I really enjoy doing is taking something in a mindful way from this particular deck. And so I will go and I will kind of sit down and I will think about what it is that I'm feeling today. And that's what I want to target. So I'll go through and I'll kind of check in. What is it that is, you know, a trigger for me, or what is it that's setting something askew in my heart space today? Possibly. So I'll set aside the ones that pertain to what I'm really feeling. Yes. So for me, purpose has been an ongoing problem. And I know a lot of us are also going through that. So what else could be going on is my indecision with what steps to take next. Of course, there's a level of regret about the past and how, things worked out. So now that I've been able to target, now of course, finding a balance with the indecision and the adversity that came from, that started the question of purpose, you get a general idea of where you're at right now. So that's important to kind of target that, and you can sit with these and really just be with that feeling, be with that emotion, as opposed to kind of shutting it out or distracting ourselves from it. Just really trying to understand it, taking that 5-10 minutes to just sit with it and give it some breathing room, I think can be really, really healing. And with these other decks, do the same. How, if the problem is purpose, and of course that may not be your problem today, what steps can you take to resolve that sense of indecision? There's a certain level of apprehension with next steps. And feeling, I know there's a confidence card in here. So when that comes up, cultivating courage for the next step. So acknowledging the apprehension that's at play here, expanding your inner power, feeling that sense of confidence that you can do it. And I think that's where the problems often lie, is that we doubt where our ability. There's a deconstructing doubt. So the doubt might come first, and then developing that inner power and cultivating the courage to make that lasting change. And with the ultimate goal of discovering happiness. And then you can take some time with these cards and really just sit with that next step, really taking that into yourself with a visualization technique whereby you really try and engage all of your senses in achieving your goal. So you think about yourself moving confidently and getting that job offer, or putting yourself out there, and whatever it is that you love to do, all of the opportunities coming to you, you can sit and visualize that. And I really do believe that has power to make things happen, because our sights are now set on achieving that, because we are expecting it, we're believing it. And I think that's a really important element too, is believing that it can happen. Finding out what our passions are and being grateful for what we do have. That's another key element. Loving yourself for who you are right now. Feeling empowered. And knowing that wherever you are, you're being guided by a force that you may not be able to see or understand, but that's there and is helping you all along the way. So I hope that you enjoyed this example of how you can use Sigil oracles. And I don't know, I think I really liked how it worked out, where you just physically go through the cards. And the thing about the Sigil oracles is that there's no visuals, there's no imagery that kind of pulls you in. You're just left with the energy of the keyword. And I really think that that's what's mainly important with these types of oracles, is that there's no distractions from what it is that you're trying to really embody and get into. So I use just to recap, the soul's journey to kind of target what the energy of the issue is, and then I use the oracle wisdom to kind of look at next steps, and then the healing mantra deck to see if there's ways to put that into practice. And you know, a lot of the mantras are definitely usable, but I think that you could also just replace it with something of your own making. And I think that it's important to make this like a ritualistic practice so that you can find something that works for you. So let me know what you think about this type of reading, that instead of pulling cards at random, actually going through the deck and picking out the keywords that pertain to what it is that you're going through, something that you want answers to, that you can really sit and be with. Let me know, have you ever done this type of reading before, and what were your experiences with it? Do you like these decks? Do you have any of them? Let me know what you think, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. As always, thanks for watching, and if you found value in this video, please hit the like button and subscribe for more tarot-related content like this. Ring that bell to be notified whenever I upload new stuff, and don't forget to listen closely to the whispers of the heathen within that already has the answer and knows the path that's right for you. Until next time, be brave, be bold, be you. Bye.